Hello everybody and welcome, CaptainRusty here, and today's video we're going to show you how to make risk-free gold in Sea of Thieves. So make sure you watch to the end of the video to find all the possible ways that you can make it risk-free, and if you still need help then remember you can join our Discord where we can help you out. So in order to make money efficiently and risk-free, you need to know what money making method suits you the best. Now, of course, we have one of the most popular methods, which is gold hoarders, and that's because it's really easy digging up those captain's chests, because they will greatly boost your final total. And if you know the islands, then finding those chests will become easy work for you. So a couple things to remember if you want to take the gold hoarder route is that if you can, sail with somebody who has a higher level than you, because then you're more likely to dig up better chests, and also to make sure you only pick the islands that have 2 or more chests on them. It's quicker to cancel the quest and get a new voyage that will give you islands with multiple chests on them. Now, this is because if you sail all the way to one island for a chest, then you're going to be wasting your time just sailing all that way for one chest. And then when you finally dig it up, it could just be a seafarer's. Not only that, when you sail in open waters, you're exposing yourself longer to ships. Now they can see you from afar. So the best way to increase money making and risk free is to spend more time on islands and actually less time traveling. Now, when it comes to risk free, you really do have 2 choices. You can choose not to fly an emissary and then you're safe from grade 5 reapers because they will no longer see you on the map, but just remember you will lose that bonus. Or if you feel pretty confident that you can take on a couple of ships, then definitely fly that flag and get that bonus. However, I do recommend if you are new to the game, please don't fly an emissary flag just yet, because there's a high chance that the reapers are going to come and take your loot. Now obviously with gold hoarders there are more things that you can do while sailing under the flag, but just remember they add to the risk factor. You can do school forts, which will give you a ton of loot to sell, but just remember that the fort is advertised to all of the ships on the server, so you really run the risk of you being tucked or even sunk at the last minute, so bear that in mind. Now you do also have the treasure vaults, but they're not something I recommend if you're new to the game, or even if you're solo slooping. Yeah, it's great getting that chest of ancient tribute, but just remember that you have to leave your ship unattended, so anybody can come and sink or even talk whilst you're down in the vault. Now I do recommend if you have a brig, because you have at least 3 crew members, one can stay on the ship as lookout. One of the other ways I recommend making risk-free gold is actually merchants, and more specifically lost shipments. That's because not only do you get tons of crates to sell, but you also get to cash in on that manifest. Now, lost shipments aren't entirely risk-free, as you'll have to leave your ship unattended when you collect the crates, so I do advise having another person at least on the ship to stay as a lookout. Not only will they be a lookout, they can also harpoon stuff back to the ship. Another way you can make some decent cash is by trading from outpost to outpost, and the best risk-free way you can do this is actually not to sail on a sloop, but a brig or even a galley, because you are sailing to one side of the map to the other, and unfortunately, the sloop isn't the fastest ship, so not only will it be slower, but you're going to expose yourself for longer. The best thing about trading in when it comes to merchants is you can actually park close enough on a pier that you can quickly jump on and off your ship, which saves times when it comes to cashing in. But the same as gold hoarders, you can actually have an emissary, but it does also come with the same risk, so you got to be careful with those reapers. Now it is awesome to get a grade bonus, but just remember if you do get sunk by reapers, then you've lost it all. However, if you choose not to fly an emissary flag, then you are essentially a ghost to the reapers. Now with merchants, there are other methods for voyages that you can do, like cargo runs and the actual voyages that come with the merchants, but for me they take too long and a lot of hassle. But if you enjoy these, then you could find an efficient way yourselves to make money from them. Now moving on to the Order of Souls, I wouldn't recommend this one to make money. The voyages are long-winded to complete, and now that the ocean crawlers and stuff are things in the game, you'll have more enemies to combat when you're on land. For those who are really good into ship combat, then maybe you can try the ghost ship voyages, they might be better for you. But then again, they're also long-winded, and are the rewards really worth it? So my recommendation is if you're here for the gold, then it's not worth your time. But if you really want to do Order of the Souls, then I recommend taking the tridents and using them against skellies because they're really effective. You can find them washed up on the shore or even floating at shipwrecks, so make sure to keep your eye out. Now in Season 5 they added quest spots where you can take player made voyages to get some decent loot. Now there is a little bit of risk because you don't know what's been buried. It could be gunpowder barrels, but it could be Athena's, so I would recommend doing these with another player, so one of you could at least test out the location, and then if it's bad, the other player could just sail away fast. And if it's good, well, then you're in for a treat. So here are some top tips. Only fly under emissary flags when you're confident you can defend yourself. Don't set your ship's cosmetic to bright glowing stuff, it's only going to make you easier to spot. Hide your treasure below your ship and use treasure chests where you can so it will hide the glow. Don't go solo in, if you can get the extra hand, have the extra hand, it will benefit you when sailing. Now, not everything can be risk free in Sea of Thieves, as it's based around a risk and reward system, but that doesn't mean you can't lower that number. There are ways you can safely earn some gold on the seas, and also it wouldn't make sense if the trading company called Gold Hoarders didn't have the best way to make gold. Now, if you have any risk-free tips, then make sure to comment them down below. So those were some ways you can make gold risk-free in Sea of Thieves. Now, don't forget to check out some of the videos appearing on the screen right now. You never know, you might enjoy them. Also, hit that subscribe button for more content on the horizon.